I was really an emotional wreck at the beginning of this game and had super high anxiety, thought I was going to get sick. And I think, so one of the radio guys out there said, how'd your players handle the emotion of that? I'm like, well, better than I did. But great tribute to these two and the other three seniors, and just coming out and, Boise was doing some good things. I think they really outserved us today in terms of difficulty, and they missed less, so they were really good in the serving game. We disrupted them a little bit as the match went on, but what we really were doing well was blocking. And you have 16 blocks in 3 sets. That's big time. We held them to negative hitting in 3 straight sets. So that's really good play by our players in terms of their preparation and understanding what they're doing and getting in the right place. And then defensively, I thought we did some really good things too. Kirsty was great. Brianna was great, as they always are. And we got Paulina back in the groove a little bit. I was glad to see her get that kill at the end. She was blocking very well, and that's one of the main reasons she's in there right now, because Boise has these good angle hitters, and that she's able to shut that down. So, we've got to get Paulina healthy, obviously, in the next couple of weeks. We've got to get everybody playing at their absolute peak. But I'm really pleased to win this. I thought the environment in the gym tonight was incredible. And we had all those alums out there. This was a really, really fun match, really, when you think about everything that was going on. So I'm super proud.
Katie and Kirsty, Tom touched on a little bit, but what are some of the difficulties with, you guys haven't been through this at the college level. What were the emotions like before the match?
I think we were still trying to really focus in. I think we all before made it a goal that we weren't going to cry before the game. And so I think that we all held to that pretty well. And then once all the festivities were over, we kind of focused back in. And I think we did a really good job of that, just knowing that was an exciting time. And there's a lot of emotions in the recognition for seniors. But that it's still a game that we needed to get back into it and focus in. And I think we did a good job of that.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
I think the legacy that we're creating right now, it can only go forward from here, hopefully hosting and making a long run in the tournament. And so just being that team that people will remember here is pretty sweet.
You guys, before the season, did you guys talk at all, kind of about the last run, any of that stuff, or does it kind of happen organically through the season?
I would say it kind of happened organically. We knew coming into it, obviously, that it was our last season, that it was going to be a big one and mean a lot to us. But as each game has gone on, it's like we kind of realize that there's less and less opportunities that we'll have to, get those wins, get those, great points against some great teams in our conference. And so I think just as it's gone on, it's come to more and more realizations. But that, we've grown in it for sure.
Dealing with that pressure of it being your final year, you guys, this is your last ride. What was that like now that you can look back a little bit? Obviously there's still some left, but what was that pressure like all year?
It was a very healthy pressure, and I think, just playing with the same group of girls, we really took the pressure off of each other. We just wanted to have fun. It wasn't anything we had to prove, or really, we just wanted to have a good time, and that's when we played best. So looking back, I think we did a good job with that, but we're going to continue to push forward.
Over the last 4 years, y'all have spent a lot of time here and on that court. What are some of the lessons that you've learned on the court and with each other from Tom? You're going to take
So many lessons.
Yeah, I don't know where you want us to start because there's so many lessons.
I'm just going to go back to a story. I was internship searching, and volleyball came up in literally every interview question. Time management and just how to work with a team and how to work for a boss and someone above you and still be respectful but have that relationship. And so I think here I can walk away with so much more than volleyball knowledge, life knowledge and how to go forward and, be a leader, things like that.
Yeah, I don't know what to add. That's great.
This game for a second. You held them to a negative hitting percentage. You had 9 blocks. The whole year you've ranked top, number 1 in opponent hitting percentage, top 10 in blocks. How have you kind of been leading that charge?
I don't know. I think that going into the season, I knew that I wanted to get better in every aspect that I could, and blocking was one of those ways that I really wanted to get better in order to help my team out. And I think that this game really showed through. I was working a lot on blocking in the last couple of practices. And, I have great right sides and outsides who can set up a great block, so that definitely helps as well.
You guys said you didn't want to cry before the game, but was there a moment, between sets, was there a moment it truly started to hit you that, hey, this might be my last matchup?
I didn't really think about it. Maybe the last couple of points, I was like, oh, this could be it. But I don't think anything really hit me till after the game was over, and I was like, that was the game. That was it.
Surprisingly for me, it was the Danish national anthem. When that started playing, I was like, oh gosh, I'm not even from Denmark, but this is emotional. And so I was like, why am I crying to this? But the lights were off, so no one saw, but we're good.
Tom, during those introductions, I saw Ellie crying, you had Jenna crying. You have players that it's not even their last game crying. What does that say about these seniors?
Well, it says these guys, their team experience is what it should be. They're bonded, and these are friends that they make for life, and they all know it. And you can see it if you've been up in the loft before the game with all those. There's women up there my age who played together here in the 70s and 80s, and it's like they never left. You know what I mean? And it's a great bonding experience for these guys, and so you should expect that, I think. There's a love here and a bond that it won't get anywhere else.
You've got best season in team history going, probably one of the best teams to ever play in Moby. 2 all-time greats, best setter in team history. What kind of high is that as a coach? And what kind of high is that as players?
Well, this is going to be cliche, but we still have,
Yeah.
3 matches left, and we've got the NCAA tournament. So I really just focus on doing the job the same way that I do it all the time, and setting a high standard and pushing these guys to be excellent. I will lament on all that stuff when it's over, and believe me, there have been other great senior classes that I've missed. This one will be sorely missed, but they're not gone yet, so we got a lot of work to do.
Ain't done yet.
The longer we play, the more we win, the more time we get to spend with them.
It was a small but big thing, but being able to play.
That's true.
I was like, that's really well said.
Being able to play the Danish national anthem for Paulina, kind of making it, because that's a hard experience having to leave your country to come somewhere else to play volleyball. How much did it mean to you to be able to kind of give her something a little special?
We've done that with every international player we've had. 2018, we played Canada and Croatia. I think it's important. I think it's respect for them and their family members that are here visiting. And so that's super awesome to do that.
Knowing that you have the NCAA tournament coming up, does the mentality change at all?
Well, in a way, you have to make it change because the matches will be harder. The athletes we'll be playing against will be bigger. And we have to try to simulate that somehow in our own practices. We have to try to understand it. And really it's about us not judging how good we are by the score, but how good we are by the fact that we got 16 blocks. Those are the things that are important, that you're executing certain parts of your game so that we would block anybody today that many times. So that's what we have to do is we want to win, and we've won the conference. We want to win the rest of our matches. We know we have to do that, but we also have to prepare for the fact that we're going to be upping our level of athleticism in 3 weeks.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, guys.